In this video, I will share my review and summary of Play Nice But Win, which is the autobiography of Michael Dell, the founder and CEO of Dell Technologies. Before I start, if you would like a free PDF copy of my top 10 quotes from this book, which I think are valuable business lessons, click on the link in the description below. I have a belief that most of the ultra successful people like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk became successful because they were crazy passionate about the work they did and the companies they built. This extreme passion is what drives them to work days and nights to make their dreams come true. Michael Dell is no exception. The roots of his passion for business and computers can be traced back to his childhood. He says, "My favorite subjects were business, math, and science." In grade 3, he was fascinated by his electronic calculator and the complicated problems it could solve. He would read the Byte magazine, a magazine about microprocessors and microcomputers, from cover to cover multiple times. In the late 1970s, when he found out that the Apple II computer was going to be released, he begged his parents to let him buy one with his own savings. Now, the price of this computer was $1,300, which would be about $5,000 in today's money. How did a 13-year-old have so much savings? Michael says, "Entrepreneurship was the air that my family breathed." He worked during the summers at his dad's orthodontic practice, sterilizing the instruments. He also worked at restaurants and sold stamps from his stamp collection. And believe it or not, he also invested in stocks. His love for computers and business continued to grow with time, but his parents wanted him to become a doctor. He moved out of his parents' house in Houston to go to the University of Texas in Austin to attend medical school. He had zero interest in medicine. Unknown to his parents, he was making money building computers for people, working out of his apartment in Austin. One time, his parents showed up for a surprise visit, so he had to quickly hide all his computer parts inventory in his roommate's bathroom. His business continued to grow. For a long time, it was a one-man business, but that was not sustainable. So then he incorporated his company, Dell Computer Corporation, in 1984 and dropped out of med school. He got some office space, started hiring people, and the rest is history. One of the interesting stories that Dell shares in this book is the story of how he saved his company by going private from a public company, and later going from private back to public. At many junctures, the company came pretty close to going out of business. I am blown away by how much pressure and stress he must have faced. Another roller coaster is the story of the merger of Dell with EMC in 2015. One thing that Michael Dell did as a leader particularly stood out for me. When Dell merged with EMC, he wanted the EMC employees to not feel like outsiders who had no choice but to work for the merged company. He wanted them to feel connected with him as their new CEO, and he did all kinds of things to accomplish this. He took them out to dinner, he invited them to his house, he went on to LinkedIn and sent connection requests to everybody who had a reasonably important title at EMC. Can you imagine getting a LinkedIn request from the CEO of your company? The book is full of lessons on leadership, entrepreneurship, and hustling to achieve your dreams. If you decide to read it, you will learn a ton about the inner workings of a growing company, about supply chain, marketing, dealing with competition, stock markets, private lenders, banks, the media, and so on. You will also learn about different kinds of people you will deal with in business, allies and backstabbers. You will learn what happens behind the scenes when a one-person company grows into an international, multi-billion-dollar company with all its ups and downs. If you're like me, you'd rather learn all this business stuff through a true story than through business advice books. And if that's the case, this book is for you. There is a lot of wisdom in this book. I cannot share all of it in this video, but I compiled my top 10 quotes from this book which I think are valuable business lessons. If you would like a free PDF copy of my top 10 quotes, click on the link in the description below. See you next weekend. Keep growing.